It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and this time around we'll be talking about the Grinnell Community Theater and Grinnell School Music's presentation of A Year with Frog and Toad, directed by Tom Lacina and the musical direction by Erin Bustin. And last weekend was the first weekend for A Year with Frog and Toad at the Loft Theatre in the Grinnell Arts Center. And this coming weekend is the final weekend, and I want to encourage you to see it. The reviews for this have been rave reviews. And so we'll be talking with Tom Lacina, the director, and Irish, who is one of the actors in the play, in just a couple of moments. First of all, a word from our sponsors, including Grinnell State Bank. Grinnell State Bank, a fine financial institution, and of course, over 100 years now at their Grinnell location, but they are all over the place in central Iowa, including their location in Johnston, Marengo, and Polk City. They have convenient online mobile banking available too, makes it quick and easy. You can get started opening your accounts in just 15 minutes, and if you're not sure what you need, check out Simply Banking and contact them online or visit them in person at their 4 locations. They have financial advisors, loan officers, and insurance agents working under the same roof. They can get you MasterCard debit cards and no monthly fees on those debit cards too at Grinnell State Bank. Other fine sponsors include B. Nicole Salon, located right next to the Chamber of Commerce, the Jewel Box building. Brandy does a great job there, along with her other associates she has at B. Nicole Salon. Also, don't forget to stop in to Saints Rest Coffee House. It's a great place to go to just hang out. They have internet connected there. You can check their bulletin board for all the things going on there, and they'll get you fixed up with their mocha lattes and other drinks. And don't forget their monster cookies that they have available also at Saints Rest Coffee House in downtown Grinnell. And of course, they always supply prizes, $15 certificates on Sunday mornings when I do Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast trivia. Another fine sponsor, the Hy-Vee in Grinnell.
You can't miss this 99-cent sale this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at your Grinnell Hy-Vee. Check out these 99-cent deals. Hy-Vee mustard, 99 cents. Hy-Vee biscuits, 99 cents. Hy-Vee tortillas, 99 cents. McCormick taco seasoning or gravy mix, 99 cents. Hy-Vee oyster crackers, 99 cents. Worcestershire soy or teriyaki sauce, 99 cents. Hy-Vee diced tomatoes, 99 cents. Hy-Vee mac and cheese, 99 cents. Hot tamales or Mike and Ike's, 99 cents. Darkest tuna, 99 cents. Jell-O, 99 cents. Hy-Vee pasta, 99 cents. You can't miss these deals and many more 99-cent awesome deals at your Grinnell Hy-Vee.
It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast, and this time around we'll be talking about the Grinnell Community Theater and Grinnell School of Music presentation of A Year with Frog and Toad. And with me is Tom Lacina and Irish, who are in the play. And boy, this sounds like quite a presentation, and I don't know which one of you wants to field this first, but when will it be presented?
I'll take that. We started last weekend, and so we have 4 more performances starting this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday's a matinee. Thursday, Friday, Saturday are 7 p.m.
Okay, at 7 p.m. And what is it all about? People want to know, I'm sure.
I'll take the first swing at that, but it's derived from the books written, I think they're back in the 1970s, by Robert Reel and Willie Reel, and Arnold Lobel is the books. The musical is created by Robert Reel and Willie Reel. And so it's a series of children's stories.
Okay.
Basically, and then they were put to music by the daughter of Arnold Lobel, insistence, I think back in about 2000, 2003 sometime. And that's how the musical came about.
Okay, different children's stories. Can you we don't want to tell the whole thing about what it's all about and let the cat out of the bag, but maybe you can allude to a little bit of what they entail.
Well, maybe Irish can maybe talk about some of the stories in the
Yeah, so it follows the main characters, Frog and Toad, through a year. And it starts with them waking up from hibernation. And we very quickly get to realize that Frog is like very amicable, upbeat, excited, whereas Toad is a lot more resigned and maybe more like, and their energies balance each other out really well. Right. And it goes through each season as they go through these experiences with each other, and they learn from each other about how to break out of their shell, how to sometimes take a step back and reflect. All in all, it's really just a story about friendship and hope that people in community can be kind, which I think is a really valuable message.
Sounds very philosophical.
I mean, maybe I'm just philosophical, but that's what I've gathered from it, at least.
Tell us about the music in the play.
The music's really fun. I think sometimes when you hear musical, it comes with a lot of assumptions about what that means, depending on what your experience with that is in the past. But the music in this, it's very seemingly simple, easy to digest, lots of fun, very upbeat. It'll stick in your head. It's very, it's a children's musical, and so it's supposed to be something that you can remember, something that you can kind of nod your head along to and really feel like you're part of the experience.
And what are some of the songs?
Unless you want to take this.
Yeah, well, there's quite an array of songs, of course, but during each setting, there's a kind of a different theme. So, for example, they go and rake each other's yards, and He'll Never Know is the name of the song. So they're gloating about the fact that they're raking each other's lawns, and the other won't ever know who did the lawn raking.
Okay. And
it's kind of put to the road musicals with, like, if you bet with people that knew, Bob Hope, sort of musical with back in the 50s. And with Bing Crosby.
Would it be like a road show kind of thing?
Well, the road musicals, the Bob Hope and Bing Crosby. And so there's the cane kind of tapping back and forth, and they use the rakes to do that. And so there's that, but then it goes, Irish is actually in a piece it's kind of like a flapper music.
Like from the 1920s or 30s? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And so it beckons back to older musical styles a little bit. And so it's very digestible and understandable for most people. But then there's some that's mockingly operatic, and that's like when they tell the Shivers is one of the songs. It's about telling a scary story from a child's perspective. And actually my 4-year-old that was his favorite song, but he did crawl up into his dad's lap during listening to it. But then he was fine, and he went off and sat back in his chair. So all those sort of approaches exist. So it varies from the 2030s on up to the 50s, 60s, and into the 70s a little bit. There's some of the more modern things that are there.
Tell us about the actors and their roles.
Yeah, well, I'll go ahead and field that one.
Okay. Well, so our leads, Frog and Toad, are played by Zach Bay and Alexis Steele, and they are just powerhouses. Like, they're fantastic. Their energy that they bring both to the cast in and of itself and the musical as a whole, they are, obviously, like, as the leads, but, like, they do really add something really special, I think, to this show. And then we have our birds, Paul Reef, Nora Pedersen, and Maggie Kopp. And they are, in their high school to early 20s in the community and at the college. And then we have Tommy Hexter, who went to Grinnell College and then now lives in town. He started the,
the local food project.
Yeah.
I've heard about him, yes.
Yeah.
I need to do a podcast with him somewhere along the line.
Yeah, you should. He's a really interesting guy. And then we have Andrew Allen, he's from town, and then Francis Pedersen, also from town in high school. And then myself, I'm graduated from the college, and I'm from Cedar Rapids originally. Okay,
I need to talk to you about your acting career because, Tom, she told me before we got started, you've been acting since how old?
7.
7 years old. How did you get bit with the acting bug?
Well, my mom wanted to find an activity for me to do, and she thought that I would have a natural kind of, aptitude towards it, I guess. And so I started as a squirrel, actually, which is really funny because I play a squirrel in this as well.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
How ironic.
I know. And I loved it. I love the community. I love, having the opportunity to learn and to challenge yourself, but in, a very comfortable environment. I started off with musicals, but then as I got older, I started doing more plays, and I really love those as well. And I'm really, really excited that Grinnell Community Theater is doing a musical, because it's been a while since I've done one of those. And so I'm very thankful to Tom for taking that on.
Did you start out in children's theater?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So yeah, I did a couple of like adult full shows as a kid growing up, but primarily children's theater.
Were you in theater in Grinnell College?
A little bit. I wasn't super involved, but I did do a lot my first year, and then I would do like the one-act festivals and stuff like that.
Podcasts a lot of times have younger audiences listening, and that's good. It's a wide variety of audiences, but younger people listen to podcasts. What would you say to younger people who are thinking about, well, should I get involved in theater? Yes, no, maybe. What would you say to them about that?
I would say if there's really any environment where you can put yourself out there without feeling scared that you're going to be judged or that you're not going to be good enough, like theater is like the best place to take that leap, because typically the people are so kind. Like everyone is at different skill sets and different levels, and so everyone's like helping pull each other up, and to me, I found it just to be like a really accepting community that really cheers on growth instead of a competitive kind of like I'm better than you sort of environment.
Tom and Irish, I got to tell you, my dad helped found the Newton Community Theater. I think I mentioned that, but in high school, it was pretty neat because I had a great drama teacher, and the best teachers not only teach you about what they're supposed to teach, but also teach you about life. And you've probably heard this cliche before, but he said, because I was used to getting not lead roles, but good roles, and I was very disappointed one day when the cast list came up, and I got a very small role, and he said, Jamie, there are no small roles, just small actors. And that's the way it is in life sometimes too. So, you have to remember that. Now, Tom, I don't know if you know the answer to this. I'm just going to throw this out at you. How come this play was chosen? Because there's a wide myriad of different musicals you guys could have chosen.
Sure.
Why this one?
Yeah, well, I've worked in the Loft Theater quite a number of shows. This is my 10th musical generally, and I've done 2 to 3, depending how you define musicals in the Loft Theater. And
Okay.
it has special demands. It only has an audience of about 60 people at most.
And I kind of like that about the Loft Theater. It's very intimate.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the challenges as an actor, but also one of the pleasures, because you're 3 feet away from your audience at times. So there's only certain musicals can work there. And I did the Fantastics was the other musical I did there. And that works fine. So that was one of the limiting factors. And I want something that is singable. There's some of the modern musicals are pretty demanding. I mean, we're not going to do Hamilton in the Loft Theater.
Sure.
So that was kind of the main reasons. And then underlying that was I just finished doing 4 different junior musicals with kids, and I wanted to continue a theme with theater that would present well to kids.
Okay.
And also with the School of Music being involved, they're interested in also developing opportunities for either viewing or participating in the arts for kids.
Okay.
And this, of course, is not really participation, but it is certainly viewing. It's very appropriate for, like I said, my 4-year-old grandson was just focused from the first note to the last note.
Sure.
The only thing he said when it was done, he leaned over and said, "Is that it?"
Wow. So are you the director for this?
I am the director.
Okay. Who's the musical director? Do you do both, or is somebody else doing that?
No, this time, Erin Bustin, who's the executive director of the School of Music,
You betcha.
is doing that. I've enjoyed that. I have been the music director for the junior musicals and for the Fantastics. I did both, but that's just too much.
Right,
So,
sure.
and as I get older, I kind of want to divide things up, and I should. I mean, that's the...
And the theater is intimate and it's small. Do you have just one set, or do you have 2 sets? And who made your set anyway?
Well, Kate Baumgartner and I designed it, and Kate built it, and she added all the color, and she also does the lights, which is central to the quality of the set and the experience. And we have new LED lighting at the Loft Theater, so it's very interesting that She has all the palettes, all the colors available to her on the screen. But there's only one set. We evolve it through props and adjustments that are driven by a mime, which is not really part of the play, the way it's written. I just added that as a technique for driving the show.
All right, fantastic. How about costumes? Who takes care of that?
That's my wife, Alicia.
Oh, okay.
Alicia, yeah, and she has a whole bunch of costumes set to the side, and when I say set to the side, in our closets at our house, we have lots of costume stuff, and she's always loved that, and so as an artist, she really is sensitive to colors and matching and looking at characters side by side, which she and Kate see things very much the same way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I've directed plays before, and I suppose different directors look at different aspects of what could be difficult. What was the most difficult aspect of directing this play, Tom?
Well, a musical, it's the overlay of everything coming together. And that's, as you know, it's not only blocking and choreography, right. It's singing, it's incidental music coming out of a live orchestra, and its entrances and exits, and at the same time creating, making sure that all the actions and the choreography tell a story and aren't just there for no particular reason, mm-hmm. that other than you have to fill a song. Mm-hmm. So I think it's combining all those elements together in a way that keeps the audience interested. And I kind of, this is a little bit of vaudeville piece, and it requires that kind of level of continual activity. I don't want a dead moment for a second.
It sounds like it's full of energy.
Oh,
or
yeah.
At least that was your goal.
That was my goal, and I think it's full of energy.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of choreography, did someone in particular take care of your choreography?
2 people.
Okay.
And they're sitting right here.
Oh, okay.
Irish did her own numbers, which are a couple of the more intensive choreographies, and then I did the other choreography.
Do you have a history of dance, Irish?
Yes, this was my first time choreographing, so I was really nervous about it. But I've been dancing since I was 4, maybe, mm-hmm. in a bunch of different styles, and have lots of experience with doing other musicals and show choir and things like that. So when Tom asked me if I wanted to choreograph, I was like, well, why not?
Okay, sure.
And I mean, I think I did a pretty good job. Okay. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but
it's fun. Yeah. It's entertaining.
Yeah. You know, this is about the play and about what you guys are doing and stuff, but I got to mention, if you ever decide to do Once Upon a Mattress, let me know, because I've been in that play 3 times, and twice I was Prince Dauntless. So that's a great play, and that's how I met my sweetie too. She was in that play, and that was back in the 80s, and we got back together again 13 years ago. So you meet the most interesting people in community theater too. So check this out. Tom, I know you have sponsors and you have a fundraiser. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about it?
Yeah, well, we have sponsors that include J.R. and Linda Polson, Dr. J.R. to most people, Helen Redmond and Pete Brownell. My law firm is a sponsor, and Grinnell Firestone, Luther Floor, Covering, and Ramsey Weeks. And then we have several people that have contributed in the memory of Esther Bethel. And then we have cookies at intermission that people buy, and then of course just by attending, you're supporting the event and adding to the funds that will be collected, and then those are going to be divided 50-50, the net proceeds between the School of Music and the Grinnell Arts Council Community Theater Division.
Well, in Newton, there's kind of a thing going on where the YMCA in Newton and the community theater are trying to work together, because the YMCA needs daycare and they need to continue going, yet the Newton Community Theater needs to do that too, and they're all in the same building. So I think the community in Newton wants to support both of them. And I was there at the groundbreaking, but the ribbon cutting for both. So it's a passion for me, especially for the community theater, because my dad helped get it going. So I could speak to this, but I'll let you guys speak to it too. Why is it important for the arts to be supported? First, Tom, and then you, Irish. You can tell us your feelings.
Well, starting about 2009, we actually went through the creating an umbrella of arts organizations. And being an individual arts organization like the community theater, the gallery for the community, the after-school arts program that was in existence, all those were pretty fledgling and having difficulties. So we brought them all together and brought them into a building, which was the Arts Center now, and added more. There's about 9 to 10 different programs now, depending how you count them. And of course, what we're doing is creating an infrastructure that supports all those. Mm-hmm. And that, to me, that's how they exist in the level that we are able to sustain them in Grinnell, is because we've all bound them together. And the Grinnell School of Music had a vision very specific and has been able to create its own presence and footprint, which is great. But we're still working back and forth all the time. Matter of fact, we just hired an employee that both of us were both going to share to help develop after-school art programming and music programming.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, Irish, why are the arts important to you?
I mean, I talked about this a little bit earlier, but the community that comes from creating art together, whether that be from like writing to like actually like, you know, like taking part in like a play or, you know, contributing to a gallery or even like doing admin work behind the scenes, like the arts, because of just the nature of them, there's a lot of emotion packed behind the creation and the development of it. And when you're taking part in that or ingesting the content, it brings you closer to the people you're with. And I mean, when I first moved to Grinnell, I had a really, really hard time adapting. And once I did Frankenstein at the community theater my sophomore year of college. And that was like the first time that I really felt, I don't know, like a part of something
like
after
you belong.
I moved. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And I just think like there wasn't anything huge that happened. I'm not like really friends with anyone I met in that show, but just like knowing those people and getting to share that creative process with them just helped me feel grounded. And I think that's true for a lot of people that I've spoken with as well.
Boy, I can relate because in junior high or middle school, I was Joe, average student. I got into high school and in drama, and those were my people. Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I know where you're coming from. Tom, we need to wrap, but before we do, presentation days and times and how we can get tickets.
You can get the tickets by going on grinnellarts.org and order them online, or you can stop by the Arts Center during the day, during the week. The shows are on 7 o'clock Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evenings, and at 2 o'clock on Sunday, a matinee.
Okay. Last weekend was the first weekend for a year with Frog and Toad. This weekend is the final weekend. Check it out. A lot of people have worked very hard to put on a great show for you, and I'm sure you're going to just absolutely love it. And don't forget to check out the video of this too on outandaboutvithjamiegrout.com. That's going to wrap it up for this edition of Out and About with Jamie Grout. Until next time, Grout is out. See ya.